there, welcome to this low intensity glute workout. For this workout, you're going to need just two pieces of equipment. You are going to need your red bands. These are rated at 30 pounds, 13.7 kilograms, and you will need your handles attached to them. And to attach the handles, you probably know this already, simple carabiner clip here, and the handle detaches like so, and then boom, reattaches. So you can get that in easy. And you will also need your heavy bands. This is the black heavy band. If you got the set that I requested you to get, black heavy band, extra heavy, 30-pound bands. Let's rock it. So we're going to start out with some hip hinges to warm up. So hip hinges, again, we are just working to create good muscular patterns within our hips, within our quads, and our hamstrings. So we're coming down, hands touch the ankles or the shins, wherever they land, up to your knees, the hands touch, and straight back, flex the glutes all the way up. And come on down, breathe in, up, hands touch the knees, in, roll the shoulders back, and out. Glutes squeeze, in. Breathe in, touch the shins, touch the knees, breathe out, shoulders back, breathe in, breathe out, hips thrust forward. Breathe in, out, touch the knees, in, roll the shoulders back, out, thrust the hips forward. In, hands to the shins or ankles, out, hands to knees, in, roll those shoulders back, out, flex the glutes. In, hands to shins, out, hands to knees, in, roll those shoulders back, out, flex the glutes. One last time, in, shins, out, knees, in, shoulders back, out, press the glutes forward. Okay, now grab that red band of yours rated 30 pounds with the handles on, because you are ready to go. Wrap it around your door anchor. You either have a door anchor that you're using, or you're using just a makeshift situation like I have here. I'm using our banister right here, and we're going to do some squats to rows. So I'm going to step out. I'm going to get a little tension on the band, enough for the handles to touch my hips, and then I'm going to step out. 1, 2, feet together for 3. And I'm going to start here. I think you should too. Feet are about shoulder width apart. You're going to start by just rowing that band back, bringing your shoulder blades together, drawing your belly button in towards your spine. And then as you come down, you're going to come down into a squat. Your arms are going to drift forward like so. Right there. So we're in a squat now, and we're coming up to a row. So that's how we're doing it. Down for 3 seconds into a squat. 3, 2, 1, up to a row. Down. 3, 2, 1, up to a row. Squeeze those glutes like you did in that hip hinge. Remember? Hip hinge, squeezing the glutes. Now you're just doing a squat to row. Very complex movement, and you're also squeezing those glutes. You should feel your abs contract as well when you squeeze those glutes. Squeeze the shoulder blades as well. There's so much squeezing going on. I know. And down. Let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. 1. Well done. Go ahead. Let your arms come forward again. Walk forward with that band. The next exercise we'll be doing is a single leg deadlift. So let's start on your right leg. Left hand is going to touch the right shin or around that area. Right hand on your right hip and come down. Slight bend in your knee. Soften that knee. Come up. Surprise, surprise. You're squeezing those glutes again. Right? Down 1, up. If you fall out of it, that's okay. Just come on back. And one thing I want you to make sure of is that your hip isn't collapsing. So you're not kind of leaning into your hip like this, kind of flailing all over the place. You really want toned, tight movement, right? Controlled movement. All the active muscles are activating. hip stabilizers, core stabilizers, foot stabilizers as well, knee stabilizers so that knee doesn't get all over the place, right? Let's do about 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And go ahead and switch. Left hand on your hip, right hand's gonna touch the left shin or thereabouts. Knees bent for 1, 2. I'm gonna tell you a little story really quick. We have blue jays in the palm tree behind me. So you might be able, I've been hearing them go in and out, so you might be able to see them too. Spot the blue jays. 3, 4, squeeze that glute and allow your core to draw in towards the spine to add for more stabilization. Make sure that left leg is bent. And for your foot, you might feel like your toes are gripping into the earth. And that's all good and fine. Just make sure you have your pad of your foot right behind the toes, also on the earth as well. Let's do 2 more. 1. Last one. 2. Oop, came out of that one a little bit too soon. So now let's do some lunges. So for lunges, we're kind of working on the same thing, the glutes. This is a glute exercise, and I'm going to show you exactly how to target your glutes as you're doing the lunge. Go ahead, come down. 3, 2, 1. Knees are behind the toes, right? Always knees behind the toes. Check out your back foot. Back toes should be pointing forward. You should be up on the back toes. The back toes should not be pointing out like this. That ain't no lunge. You want your back toes to be pointing forward. Coming down, press into the heel of the front leg. Make sure the knee is behind the toe. Come back. And you should literally just like float on back. It should be nice and easy. Down. 3, 2, 1. Together. Down. 3, 2, 1. Together. Push into that heel. Make sure that back toe is pointing forward, and that back toe, you're coming up on that back toe and not allowing it to go to the side. Remember, knee behind your foot really to get the best push off. I should say knee behind your toes rather. Knees in alignment with your toes, alignment with your ankle. It's all important. Let's do 6 more. Coming out of it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Well done. So at this point, you should feel your glutes very active. So now, come down to your side. We're going to do something a little nicer called clamshells. So you're going to just relax on one hand. This is a Jane Fonda move. And we're going to do clamshell pulses. So it's just really bringing the leg up and really the position that you want to be in. Hips are bent, maybe at, let's see, if this is 90, this is 45. 45-degree bend in the hips, 45-degree bend in the knees, and hand is going to be right in front of your belly button to aid in stabilization. And when you come up, slight part in your feet, big part in the knees, and you're going to come up until you feel a contraction of what is your glute medius in the back there, okay? And then come straight back down. So it's 1, 2, contraction of that glute med, down. 3, my feet are closer together than my knees are. That's one of the keys of this exercise. And a really focused attention is also very important for this exercise. So you can see like we're not huffing and puffing right here, but chances are you're burning because I'm burning right now. My glutes are burning, my glutes are active, and yours should be too in this position, right? So if you're having any trouble, I want you to think that when you get to this position, push your knee out. Try to open your knee as much as possible and then come down. Let's do 3 more, just like that. 3, open that knee. I'm starting to shake. 2, open that knee, and 1, open that knee. Now, you're not going to switch sides. You're going to grab your black band, and you're going to hook your black band right above the knees. You're going to come right back down. Chill out with me right here. Let's just hold this right here. And you should feel the same contraction. Hand is going to be right at your belly button. Feet are going to be slightly apart or maybe even slightly touching, depending on where you are, what shaped body you have, how long your legs are, all that kind of stuff. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, relax. Bring your legs together and gently push yourself up. Whip your body to the other side. Wiggle your band off, and let's come into the first variation of clamshells that we were doing, clamshell pulses. Relax here. It's a nice position to get into. You know, you feel like it's not going to be too crazy, but then you're like, oh my God, my glute's burning. So remember, 45-degree angle at the hips and at the knees. Feet are together. Feet slightly come apart as you bring your knee up. Push against that knee and then come down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice and slow. Really developing controlled movement. This is a great exercise to develop that brain-to-body connection with your glutes and your core. Remember, the glutes and the core have a very intimate relationship. The stronger the glutes, literally, the stronger the core is, and vice versa. So if you can develop a great brain-to-body connection with either of them, even to start this program, then you are really setting yourself up for success when it comes to building muscle and to, like, many of you have visions for flat abs or even a six-pack. So, you know, with that, I want you to really start from the beginning, start from square one, and really develop that sustainability in building a healthy body. Let's do one more. Awesome job. Go ahead, push yourself up slightly, grab your band, wrap it just above the knees, no further than just above the knees. Come back down, and let's hold this position for about 15 seconds. So feet are slightly parted, just ever so slightly. My toes can still touch. And I'm really working right now to keep my hips stacked, but also keep this glute flexed. Let's go for 7, 6, 5, 4, push, 3, push, 2, last one, and relax. Oy vey. That was good. Go ahead, come out of that, but you're gonna leave this on because I really want you to get the most out of this workout routine. We're gonna do crab walks, okay? So go ahead, start at one end of your mat. You want to take that hip hinge position where we're going from here to our knees. So you're right at the position where your hands can touch your knees, right? Hands can be on your head, on your hips, at prayer position. And you're going to push out on that band like we were just doing, and you're going to step out, big step out. Feet are pointing out, knees are slightly pointing out because knees always want to follow the toes. Take a little step in, little tiny step in, big step out, little step in, big step out, little step in. These are crab walks, big step out, little step in, other side, big step out, little step in, big step. Remember, knees are following the toes, big step out. You should feel this in your glutes. This should not be easy after what you just did. Big step out, little step in, big step, little, and one more time on each side, okay? Big breaths. This should be challenging for you, but you should be very capable of doing this. Last one. Good. Feet together. Let that band fall off. Kick it to the side. Come down into a plank position. So if you have tender wrists, you can be in an elbow plank. If you are not having tender wrists, you can be in a full plank. So plank position, whatever position is right for your body. and kickbacks. 1, 2, kick your foot back, flat foot, flexed foot, heel goes directly up behind you. This is number 4. We're going to 16. Belly button pulls in towards the spine. The back is still flat, so you don't want the back to pike, you don't want the back to sag. Proper plank form still applies, so that's belly button pulls in towards your spine. Your hands are pushing the floor away from you. Your neck is back. Your neck is AKA retracted. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, last one, 1. Whew. Well done. So your glutes should be absolutely warm at this point. We're going to go through that whole exercise flow again to make sure that you get the most out of your movement. So let's go. Get a drink of water if you need to, and let's hop back into it. The next exercise is a squat to row. So take again your 30-pound band, and you want to put the handles right by your hips, and then take 3 steps out. 1, 2, third step is together. And for this exercise, remember, row back, get those handles in the right position, right by our waist, and we are going to squat down. As we squat down, we're going to allow our arms to straighten in front of us and pull back together, squeeze the glutes. Down, 3, 2, 1, pull back. Down, 3, 2, 1, and row. Same as the hip hinge, we're pressing our hips forward, and as we press our hips forward, we are actually loosening the hip flexors and the psoas, and we are strengthening the glutes. Let's go for 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and 1. Well done. Go ahead, walk that in, and we're going to be doing our single leg deadlifts next. So we started on the right foot last time. Let's start on the left foot this time. Right arm reaches down towards the shin. Hand can be on your hip, your head, or in prayer. Go ahead, touch your left shin. Come up, squeeze that glute like we have been doing. Down and up. And for balance, make sure that your knee has a slight bend in it. We don't want that knee to be straight. You don't want the joint to be locked, because that does not aid in the balance of what we are doing. It's a very dynamic movement. And again, this movement helps support the core, because we have to, by nature, balance. So that core and glute relationship, it's super happening right now. And if you find yourself all over the place, then you need more support with your core and your glutes, which obviously this program will provide. Just by doing this exercise, you're enriching your core and glute relationship and helping that be stronger and more stable for you. We'll do 2 more. 1. Last one is 2. So another thing for this exercise and for balance, pick a point, spot, and you will notice that you have more balance. So left leg comes up, left hand is going to touch the right shin. Let's go down. 1, 2. Squeeze that glute, and that glute will start working for you better. Squeeze the belly button in towards the spine too, and make sure your hips are relatively flat, so you're not piking, you're not falling into the hip or anything like that. Let's go for 10 more. And 6, 5, 4. Slight bend in that knee, remember that. 2, last one, and 1. Now let's do some lunges again. Let's start on your left foot, since we just did the right leg. Left foot comes forward, back leg, toes pointing forward immediately. You're up on those back toes. That foot isn't flat. You're up on those back toes. Come down, knee behind the foot, right? Knee behind those toes, and then come back. Push through the heel of the standing leg, right? All about pushing through the heel of the standing leg as you do lunges. This is a wonderful, lunges are an amazing, complex movement that invites balance, it invites tone. There's a little power as you push up and off, and you can do so much with lunges. And we're going to do a lot with lunges throughout this program too. So we want to breathe out against movement as always. So that's when we're coming up. Push through the heel, feel the glute activate. 5 more, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Go ahead. You know what's coming next. Those clamshells. So little Jane Fonda action. Just relax on your hand. Other hand, your left hand, right in front of your belly button. 45-degree angle of your hips and your knees. Slight part in the knees, then slight part in the foot. Try to really get this knee to point straight up, and then come down. Get that knee to point straight up, and then down. Remember, we're always breathing out against movement, right? And you should feel like you generate a lot of force here. Three more. 3, 2, and 1. Oh, while you feel like you generate a lot of force, this is an isolated exercise, which makes it so difficult, but in the best of ways, right? You're not killing yourself doing this exercise. It's focused attention. And focused attention is what cultivates that awareness, that brain to body connection. And that is why we're doing this. Go ahead, take your Jane Fonda position again. God bless Jane Fonda. And push out on that band. Like again, you're pushing that knee out. The top foot, try to relax it because the top foot and the shin are going to try to help you, right? So just try to relax that. Try to focus all your attention on the glute for 10 seconds. You can do anything for 10 seconds. We're already at the 8-second now. Make sure that your hips are stacked right on top of each other so that you're not cheating and that you're using your glute medius and maybe your glute max if you need it. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, come down. Whip around to the other side. Wiggle off that band. And come down. Relax. Hand right in front of your belly button. Knees and hips at a 45-degree angle, pardon me. And we're bringing those legs apart ever so slightly. And really trying to get that top knee facing the sky. And then coming on down. Again, top knee tries to face the sky. Remember, your hips are stacked in this position. So the tendency is to open your hips. No, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do a back exercise. We want to do a glute exercise, okay? Hold there and down. Cultivate that brain to body connection, that awareness. Close your eyes if you need to. I know it burns. It burns for me too. Just because I'm talking through it doesn't mean it's easy for me, right? It means I'm adapted to it. And I kind of like it, even. 2 more. 1 and 2. Awesome job. Again, like I know I've said this in previous workout videos with this around, you know where we're going. But that stress that we create for our bodies and our muscles actually serves us in the end for when we experience distress, right? This is eustress, distress. Put resistance on that band. That knee is trying to lift way higher than it can. And we're holding right here. The top foot is relaxed. Maybe it's a little active, but not so active that it's helping you do the work for you with the shin, right? Hold for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, it hurts so good. So next exercise, you're just gonna leave this on. Wiggle out your hips a little bit. Maybe you're gonna bounce up and down. Really let them know that it's okay. Maybe you give them a little rub too. That should be nice for you. Little personal body massage. So we're gonna start again in that hip hinge position. The hip hinge position where your knees and your hands are touching. And you're gonna just wiggle the foot out a little bit that you'll be stepping with first. And you wanna step big out with that foot, little in with the other foot. Big out, little in. And you wanna make sure that you're not swaying from side to side. You wanna use your core. So you wanna pretend like a dowel is running hip to hip. And you are completely fastened to that dowel and you cannot really move up and down, right? Because that's what promotes and helps glute stability. And I know we just worked the glutes, and the glutes are probably very tired for you, but this is almost the end of this exercise, I promise. Last one in that direction, then we'll do some plank kickbacks, and then you will be all done for the day. Okay, go ahead, wiggle that off. Come down into a plank position on your elbows or on your hands. Make sure that your hands are directly beneath your shoulders. Left leg kicks up for 1. Belly button pulls in towards your spine, 2. And at your pace. Okay? You want to make sure that you have proper plank form. Hands are pushing into the earth. The neck is retracted. Belly button's pulling into your spine, and the legs are active. The legs aren't flailing all around. Feet are active too, so feet are flexed. We're going to do 7 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay in this position. Bring your knees down and come into some circles with your body. Just some circles. Really emphasize the hips in these circles. Your hips have done quite a bit, so we're just giving it some stretching, some love. Other direction. Lots of love for your hips. They've done a lot for you just in this exercise video. But they'll continue to do a lot for you because you know why? You're building that brain to body connection, which is so important for building a strong foundation, maintaining a strong foundation, all of that stuff. Okay, from this position, I want you to just step 1 foot forward. You're coming into a deep lunge. Bring your hands, touch your fingers right by your hips. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. You're up on that back foot, toes pointing forward, as always. And then come back. Give your calf a little stretch. Hands come by either side of your front foot. And you're coming into a half split for a calf stretch, for a hamstring stretch. And you're looking just beyond your toes, or you're bending all the way down, melting your hand towards your shin. 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. Come forward into a nice low lunge again. Bring your hands back and go ahead, come back into a quadruped position. Left leg comes forward and you're in a low lunge. Bring your hands on either side of your hips. Tense your fingers and breathe. Up on your toes, behind you. Your foot is straight, it's not sickling. Bring your hands on either side of your front foot and come back into your half split. And you're either looking just beyond your toes or you're going to melt down into your half split with your head on your shin. 3, 2, and 1. And go ahead, leave your left foot right there. walk your hands around to face the front of your mat. Walk your other foot in on the other side of your body, and you are suddenly in a goddess squat. So hold this position, straight spine here. And relax. Stretching out the inner thighs, because your inner thighs did a lot of balancing for you today, right? Did lots and lots of balancing. And when you're ready, go ahead and press yourself up. Step your foot a little bit wider. Bring your hands on your knees, bend your knees, and pull your knees slightly away from you, giving traction to your hip flexors. And go ahead, face your fingers behind you, your thumbs in front of you. Push your shoulders away from your body and drop your right elbow down inside your left knee. Pretend you're going to get it to your left knee and look over your body and push your shoulders away from your ears. Nice spinal stretch. And back to center. Again, left shoulder down. Pretend like you're going to get it to your right knee. Check out what's going on over that right shoulder. And hold. Nice spinal twist. Good. Come back to center. Awesome. Walk your feet in and then come down. We're going to do a piriformis stretch. Right foot over left leg. This is what we were wanting right here. This is the piriformis stretch that will stretch out your glute medius and the glute max, and of course the piriformis, all of which we used for this exercise class today. So go ahead, relax into this. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Maybe you walk your hands back just a little bit. 3 breaths right here. Out through the mouth, releasing heat from the body, in through the nose. One more for good measure. And go ahead, place that foot down. The left foot comes to the right knee, left ankle rather, to the right knee. And push your arms away from your shoulders, away from the ears. And notice how your belly button is pulling in towards your spine right now. Just naturally, it just kind of folds in there towards your spine. Just remember that. Notice how your body is doing that. And breathe in, out through the mouth. 3 breaths, just like that. Well done. And now you are going to take your Shavasana. Go ahead, lean back. Oh, relax and appreciate. One hand on your womb, one hand on your heart. And take a moment to thank yourself for showing up for yourself and your movement.